Hello survivors, and welcome to episode 3 of our Overlord series. In today's episode we are playing on the Spellblade. I do want to show you something just disgusting with him. So we have the special effect set to 0. We will put it back to 0 again, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like with graphics on, just so you can see why I set it to 0. And then with our runes, we're running Weapon Expert, Endless Refill, Reroll Mastery, Multicast Mastery, Synergetic, Divine Legacy, and Sure-Footed. And then for our skills, you can see we're running Swing and Arcane. So we've got Finesse and Bulwark. We've got damage based on the number stacks of Finesse with uppercuts, which we aren't really worried about. We are worried about the Arcane Assault, so this is our focus of today. We cause damage based on the number of stacks of fragility. Then we got Arcane Missile, Magic Missile, proccing fragility for us, as well as Heartrending Strike. So those are going to be very, very good. And then we've got Brittle from Arcane Beam, and then we've got 3 Swing and 3 Arcane for our Arcane to Thrust, as well as Arcane to Swing if we can find it, or Swing to Thrust. And then we've also got Arcane to Swing and Swing to Arcane sitting here somewhere as well. So there's a couple of them. We do run Synergetic because we do have things like Shredded Armor over here, which is Bulwark to Aptitude, giving us more crit damage. And then we've also got Finesse to Bulwark over there. Now, I actually made a mistake during this. I didn't see, I thought Aptitude was actually Form, which is crit chance, so we only have 83% crit chance. I did banish the crit, so we are not, we actually banished it because of the skill modifiers. We aren't worried about our base crit. We've got a lot of crits coming from our skills. As you can see already, there's a lot of crit there, so we're not too worried about that. That's why I banished it, and I actually digress. We didn't actually make a mistake there. But what we are doing is we are grabbing a lot of extra damage for our Riftwalker, as well as Astral Power. And then if we do find it, we will grab the extra cast frequency modifier for it as well, because we want to try and make it as powerful as possible. So we only started on cycle 3 over here because it just makes it that little bit shorter. Yesterday's video was a little bit longer than I would have liked it to have been, so I've decided, we can start it a little bit later. So this is what it looks like with full graphics on. It does become quite difficult to see the astral circles on the floor that we need to stand in. While standing in them, it's difficult to see the red AoEs, so we want to try and be in those while we are hitting things and things like that. So I've generally turned my when I'm doing this, I generally just turn down my graphics just so that we are able to see everything on the floor. And if we do that with everything completely off, then at least I can see absolutely everything. But as you can see, the build does more than enough damage to not even worry about our Ascension. But now what we're going to do is we are going to activate it. Normally I don't activate it yet. We wait till we are in a better spot. But because of the way that it works, and because we are able to keep it at 100% for the entire run, we do keep it up and running this whole time. So we will show you how that all works and what it looks like. It is really, really ridiculous and just really, really strong. So there we go. We've got it active. We get the movement speed from it. And now essentially we play a game of like hopscotch, where we're literally just running from one circle to the next. As soon as you see more than one circle in the same place, those are the ones you're going to run to and jump into. Like over here, we've got 2. They do overlap, so you can stand in between them, and that's going to allow you to get as much energy as possible from it. And then we do get the bulwark and stuff from our skills, so we actually have a little bit of defenses over there. There is a good chance that we're actually going to block damage as well, and that's going to put us in a fantastic spot. As you can see, we've got a whack ton of skill points that we don't even need to use. And when you are at such a strong point in the game, you can see just how ridiculous this is going to be. So we can really push this quite far and very, very quickly as well. I mean, you can see just how quickly we are destroying absolutely everything. Our Ascension, we don't even need to go into the circles anymore because we're already on the last boss fight of the cycle, and that took us like 2 minutes to get to cycle 3 over there. And then now we've got 20 levels to go and spend points on. We do want both of these. That's fantastic. Armor is going to be very good, so now we can start getting some of those defensive things as well, because we are in the spot where it's going to, you know, not make, I mean, it's going to make quite a big difference for us if we are using things like that. So damage over here for arcane, I don't think we need the area of effect anymore over there. We can grab a magnetic over here. There's our arcane to thrust. We're already sitting at a really good amount over there. I don't really need the multicast for the rest of them, so I'm going to lock here and reroll, and grabbing these is probably a bit better. Not really that one, so we'll just grab the sharp blades and move from there. That is essentially the same thing. There's damage. We're going to go with the amount over here, amount over there, and then we can lock that over there. So that's fantastic. We do lose our Ascension now, but that's all right. And then we're going to go through to the next one. So this is pretty much the gameplay loop for it. We keep, like I mentioned, the graphics are just off so that it is a lot easier for us to see the astral rifts and get that juicy astral power. Everything else doesn't really matter too much. It's just also so that we can pretty much dodge everything that is in the way. As you can see, having that block does come in handy. We are at 100% rift before the bosses even spawn, which is beautiful to see. That's exactly why we keep going there. Grabbing more aptitude means that our crit damage, I mean, we could see we're already on 2000% crit damage, so getting that crit chance is going to be helpful. I don't know if it affects our Ascension or not. Maybe Moshi or someone a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for, informed, I guess. Someone who might know a little bit more than me. I mean, I know quite a bit about the game, but there's obviously a lot of things I don't know. So maybe if one of you are watching this and you can let me know if that does affect our Ascensions or not, that would be fantastic. But I don't think it does, because there have been Ascensions where you get the crit damage and crit chance as an option for them. So the fact that you get those options probably means that you're not going to be able to get upgrades for them that way. We are going to work now on health and things like that, because we do have more than enough damage, but every time we do see epics and legendaries, we will be grabbing them. Otherwise, we're looking for the Rift Walker upgrades and then upgrades for everything else. We will grab this area of effect just because I do want area of effect on Arcane Assault. It does make it a lot easier to kill things. I know, guys, that it's not the best thing to watch when there's no visual effects on, but it's more important for me to be standing on these circles so that I'm able to get the most out of the most out of my damage. So yes, it's a bit like meh in terms of, oh, okay, this is how you're playing it, but it definitely makes things 1,000 times easier for us. So I would suggest, if you can, to do it yourself like that as well. Alright, so we can just literally stand in here. We are spinning around because of our Ascension. It is pretty funny, but again, we started on 0 now every time we go through a portal, and we need to restart that whole story again. Massive amounts of damage coming through for us. Unfortunately, bad RNG with the circles this run. Maybe there's enough power here. Do we get enough? We did actually. As the bosses spawn, I ran out of dodges though, but there we go. Oof, that damage that just came out pouring out of it, that was beautiful to see. And this is fantastic. I mean, we're on 22 minutes. This is a record, actually. We are blazing through this content compared to some of the other. Maybe we'll go past 6 with this one, just because we can. I don't know. Alright, so let's go use these. I think Laugh is going to be an important one. Again, just grabbing all of those rare upgrades that we see. The cast frequency over there is beautiful to see, and then a finesse to bulwark as well. Again, more block chance means more chance to survive, and that's going to be very helpful for us as well. Beautiful damage. Oh my goodness, you'd love to see it. Alright, more cast frequency, more block chance. We're going to block that there and keep going. And then if you want to keep up with the levels of the game, you can actually land up getting yourself even more magnetics. That's just going to make it so that you can keep leveling. But as you can see, you land up getting to a point where levels don't really matter that much. But as long as we keep killing things quickly. I mean, look over here, we've got about 50% of the energy left. As long as I stand in something, the energy will automatically stay at 50% or go up. Depends on how many of those passive cards are picked up, and that's going to be good. Even more damage over there, and then we can go and lock these and get our 60% swing to thrust, which is actually massive. So let's go. Overlord 6 already, ladies and gentlemen, and this one took absolutely no time whatsoever. And just so you know, the very first cycle actually took me 12 minutes. So it doesn't, if you've got a very strong build, I guess it doesn't matter how long the first cycle is going to take you, except now we in a bit of trouble. I don't have a full thing up, although like I mentioned, we do have block. You do just need to make sure that you do have your astral power at 100% and not something like 90% and it just looks like it's at 100%, because otherwise that's going to cause you to take it when it's not ready and you're not going to do that beautiful damage that you should be doing with it. But now at Overlord 6 you can see how reliant we are with this build on our Ascension, but as soon as we pop it, everything just melts, so it's worth going for it. Okay, grab that, more block, grab that, grab that. And now again, like I mentioned, we do just want to hope that we block damage while we're in it, but then also just automatically destroy things. And this is why we turned off the special effects, so that we can see these red circles and so that we can just make sure we don't take that massive amount of damage that we are taking. So it is necessary on some builds, especially this one. I mean, if I turn on my visibility, you're going to see just how ridiculous it all lands up being, and it's not fun. Not for a build like this. Except we have run out of powder. For some reason, enemies did not drop the powder that we need. However, this is the last fight, so you know, we're not really too stressed about it. Alright, so because we don't have our Ascension, we are going to turn auto aim off, and we're going to focus on the bosses. As you can see, as soon as you start getting the fragility stacks, everything just dies, and that is even without our Ascension. That is Overlord 6, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. It took us absolutely no time, actually. Spent more magic missile doing the most amount of damage over there. It dealt more damage than enemy energy pulse. That is actually very, very surprising. I did not see that coming. But there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.